Hey everyone, welcome to our live today. My name is Bethany. I'm with Singer Sewing Company, and I am joined by two of my lovely colleagues, Meredith and Amanda. Hey
Hi.
ladies. It's so fun to get to work together, even though we all live in different cities. So it's always fun when we get to do fun things together. And today we're going to be introducing you to our summer sewing workshop for the month of July. So today is all about introducing you to what to expect in our workshop this month, how it's going to roll out, what you're going to learn. We're all going to go around and share with you what you're going to get from each of us in our workshops. So I think what we should do is just say hi to everyone that's joining and tuning in. We welcome you. I hope you're excited to learn some new summer sewing projects and techniques that we're going to be doing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go around with Amanda and Meredith. We're just going to share with you a little bit about who we are, what we're going to be teaching you, get you excited. And also, I have been told that we are going to be sharing some fun little promo code to you all to be able to use to get yourself set up for success with our workshop to be able to sew along with us. So stay tuned. I'm going to share that information with you at the end of this live, so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to actually pass it on over to Amanda first, who's going to share with you her class that she's going to be teaching. It actually comes out next week on Monday. So Amanda, it's all you.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Bethany. So I'm Amanda. I'm a Ditto Education Specialist, and I'm super excited to be joining you for this summer workshop. Before I joined the Ditto team, I was a costume designer and creator in Philadelphia for the last 12 years. I have a lot of experience in creating a wide range of garments, all kinds of crazy things to normal things, and fitting a bunch of various body types. I also teach sewing and tailoring at the college level. I absolutely love garment sewing. That is my main thing. And for me, it's what's most important is a well-fitting garment and making it quick and efficiently. So for my summer workshop project or class, I'm going to teach you how to make a pair of lounge shorts using just a serger. So you can use these techniques that I'm about to show you to make all kinds of knit garments. I also made this top using just the serger, but we're going to focus on the lounge shorts. So for this class, I'm using my Singer Professional 5. I love this machine because it has a various amount of stitches and I can switch between them pretty quickly. So for the lounge shorts, I used a 4-thread stitch to put the shorts together and add this elastic waistband. And then I switched the machine over to the cover stitch to do a professional hem. So super exciting. Love that this machine does both serging and cover stitch, as well as a bunch of different other stitches. And of course, I cut this whole set out using my Ditto. This is the lounge short pattern, which, like all of our Ditto branded patterns, I was able to enter in my measurements and get a pattern that is made perfectly to my size. So when you watch my class, you will see just how quick and easy it is to use your Ditto to cut your pattern pieces and get right to sewing. It's super fast, super fun, and it's a perfect fit. And as a little bonus, I'm going to share with you how to make a drawstring using just your serger that you can add to your shorts. So join me on the 10th to learn some techniques of using a serger and Ditto to make a really easy lounge short set. And that's it. I'm going to pass it off to Meredith.
Thank you, Amanda. So hello, my name is Meredith. I have been with Singer for about 10 years now, but just recently in the past couple months moved to Complete Education. It's where my heart is. I love to craft sew. I love to quilt. I am not a garment sewer like Amanda and my friend Bethany over here. Those are not where my specialties are, but I love doing craft sewing, quilting, projects like that, any of those quick instant projects that you can get done within a day or two to have that instant gratification. I have been sewing for about 16, 17 years or so now. I didn't grow up sewing, but it is a love that I've always had. And so to be able to create this and share my love with all of you has, it's been a great opportunity. So for my sewing workshop, which is going to be on, let me look at my date, 6/17 on July 17th, I am going to be showing you how to do all over quilt as you go. So piecing random pieces, quilting as you go on top of that to create this big ocean piece. Again, I'm not going to have instructions for how to specifically make this, but I'm going to give you the tips for creating something similar. So we're going to go through that. We're also going to go through turned edge applique. I really enjoyed doing this, and I felt like the umbrella and the beach ball and the seashell just really brought a bunch of color to the beach. And then we're also going to go through quilting. So doing all of the straight line quilting within here. The features on, I'm going to be using the 7285Q, the patchwork, all the features that help creating something like this so easy, having the extra space like the extension table, but then also using, this is one of those learn to quilt kits that we sell. Everything that I used besides my thread is in here to create this, and it made it super easy. And then also giving my tips and tricks for binding. I know people struggle with binding and getting those great mitered corners. So I am going to go through my tips and tricks for mastering those corners. Just go through basically almost start to finish putting something like this together, and then you can take your own spin on it. And we would love to see what you create. So again, my class is going to be on, or my workshop is going to be on July 17th. So I hope you enjoy it. And then I'm going to pass it off to Bethany. She's going to share what she's going to be doing as well.
All right. Thank you, Meredith. And thank you, Amanda. So for me, some of you may know me. I do our education for Singer Sewing. I've been with the company for a little over 2 years, but I have been sewing since I was around 7 years old. So we'll just say over 30 years. And I have just been an avid sewist, and I love it. So like Amanda, I love to sew garments. I love to make my own clothes. I also do a lot of crafting sewing. I've dabbled in some quilting, but Meredith just makes some beautiful quilts. So I go to her with my quilting questions. So you're in good hands with her and the quilting techniques. And then, I also really love to do embroidery, and we're going to be doing more and more embroidery with Singer as the months come along. And so we're excited about that. So I'm going to be featuring the Singer Legacy SE300. It's a sewing and embroidery machine. I currently have the embroidery arm attached. It does come with another arm for your sewing, but I went ahead and put on the embroidery arm so you can see it fully extended. And then it does come with a couple of hoops that I have here. You can also get additional hoops like our endless hoop, which I have here in this box. So we're going to be talking about all of that in my workshop about how to set yourself up for success with embroidery. So maybe you've never done embroidery, but you've heard of it and you want to see what that process is like. Maybe you're new to it and you're not sure if you're doing it right yet or where to get started, or maybe it's just been a while since you've done it and you want to get back into the swing of it. This class is going to be perfect for you. We want to set you up for success. So I'm going to be talking not just about hoops, how to hoop. Also, we're going to be talking about all the different types of stabilizers. And this is just a few. There are so many different types, but we're going to talk about the different types of stabilizers, when to use them, how to use them. We're going to be talking about using the right type of thread when you're doing embroidery, how to set your machine, how to put the hoop on your machine, attaching the right embroidery foot, and getting ready to stitch out your project. So we're going to actually go through in my workshop and stitch out just a little Singer sewing. But I want to show you a couple of things that I've done recently that have embroidery on them. I'm going to scoop close. I don't know if you follow along with our projects of the month and our tutorials every month that I do for singer.com. But this is not a puppet. It's a golf club cover, but I did a little embroidery on this this was our June project of the month. So you can go over to singer.com and get that and download it for free. I did a little dog bandana for my pup and I put her name on it. I mean, she's got to be styling. And then I did a little embroidery design on a pre-made pouch that I then lined. And I just think our little Cookie Monster is adorable. So I'm going to show you how you can do embroidery on flat fabric, pre-project, or if you've got something that's already made, how to hoop it. That's where some people get a little stuck. They don't want to make a whole thing and they just want to be able to embroider something that already exists. So we're going to even talk about that in my workshop. So if embroidery interests you, this is the workshop for you. All of these workshops are going to be fabulous. Mine is going to be on July 24th. I'm going to be wrapping up the whole workshop month. And yeah, so I'm excited to do this with you guys and I hope you join me. All right, so let's go back. Do we have any questions? Is there a way to get the pattern for those of us who don't own the Ditto? I'm going to pass that over to Amanda.
Yeah, so currently Ditto is an ecosystem, so the pattern only works with Ditto. However, the techniques I'm going to show you on the serger, you could use for any lounge shorts. So this is a really great intro if you're interested in sewing knits or you're interested in just doing more with your serger. I'm going to show you all the fun things you get to do with that. And then I'll also be showing you Ditto stuff. So maybe you'll be more interested once you see how quick and easy it is to cut these shorts out with Ditto. So currently no, but use any pattern you want and come see what it's like to use a Ditto to make a pair of shorts.
That's fabulous. Now, I did mention at the beginning of our live today that we do have a promo code to give to you all to set yourselves up for success in our workshops every week this month. So we have two promo codes, one for the US, and that is Sew With Us. And then we have a promo code for our friends to the north in Canada, and that's Sew Canada. We're going to drop those in the chat. These promo codes are valid right now, today, which is July 7th. And they end on Sunday, July 9th at midnight Central Standard Time. These promo codes are going to give you an additional 10% off your purchase over at singer.com. So go get set up and have the supplies that you need to do the workshops that you want to do, or all of them. And then you're going to be set up for success. I think we had one more question. Can any machine be used for embroidery? That's a great question. So you're going to need a machine that has the capability to do embroidery, meaning it has an embroidery arm and can attach a hoop. So not every sewing machine can do embroidery. It's only specialized machines that have the capability to do it. So if you're looking at singer.com, you're going to find the Singer Legacy SE300 as our embroidery machine that we have available. It does sewing and embroidery. So that means I can remove this extension arm, this embroidery arm, and attach just the regular arm to be able to do regular sewing. And then I can remove this, put the embroidery arm, attach my hoops, and get to, stitching out some fun embroidery designs. So yes, that's a good question. I will repeat the codes one more time. Okay, so for the United States, for our friends in the US, your code is Sew With Us. And for our friends up north in Canada, your code is Sew Canada. That code is going to get you an additional 10% off your purchase over at singer.com now, today, which is Friday, July 7th through Sunday, July 9th at midnight Central Standard Time. Now the workshops is going to come out at the very beginning of the morning, in the wee hours of the morning at 12 a.m. So if you're up at 12 a.m. on Monday morning, I don't know why anyone would be, but if you are, that's when our workshops are going to release, and you can find our workshops. It's a great question. You can find our workshops over at singer.com. We have a wonderful landing page there where all of our workshops are going to be available. So you'll get to see this live again. And then you'll see Amanda's workshop on Monday, just a few days from now. So you hop on over on Monday to singer.com. You can watch it at your convenience. Okay. It's not going to be live. It's going to be video that you can watch and pause and come back to if you need to. And then the following Monday on the 17th, you'll see Meredith's workshop release. And so you'll go back to singer.com to see hers on that Monday. And then the last Monday, which is July 24th, will be mine. And you go back to singer.com and see that one. And then they'll all be there for you to go back and replay at your convenience. All right. Do we have any other questions?
I think there was one more, Bethany.
Okay, sure.
And I think it's for Amanda too. Can any serger be used for the lounge shorts?
Yeah, so the nice thing about this machine is it is a serger and cover stitch machine. So I am utilizing that cover stitch to do a hem. However, the techniques I'm showing you to put these together, any serger that you can use. I suggest like something that can do 4 threads just to get a really secure seam. But you could do everything, including the elastic waistband with any serger you have. And you could do something fun for the hem instead of a cover stitch. You could do a rolled hem. You could do just like a fun, like different thread color serge. You could then get your machine out and just do, you know, twin needles or regular. So you can get, I'd say, most of it done on any serger. I'm just gonna also showcase the fun cover stitch feature of this machine that is awesome. So
it's the part that just elevates the project, you know, like to be able to do the cover.
That professional hem, yeah.
it just looks so nice. But I do, you know, like on a little lounge set like that, like I was thinking like a lettuce hem with a rolled edge.
Like any
I think
little
that would
fun.
be super cute.
Yeah. So lots of options with whatever machine you already have.
All right. And then we had a question about what size hoops work with the Singer embroidery machine. Okay. So with the SE300, the Legacy SE300, I will be showing you, this is the 180 by 130 hoop. We have a 260 by 150 hoop. There is a smaller hoop that comes with it as well. And then we also have the endless embroidery hoop as well. Now, I will say this, depending on your embroidery machine, some of these hoops may not work. So my recommendation is to check the manual with your embroidery machine to see what size hoops work with your machine and see if any of these are compatible with your machine before you go and purchase them. Can we use the codes on Amazon? No, the codes are only available over on singer.com. So the codes that we shared earlier, the Sew With Us for our US residents and Sew Canada for our Canadian residents, you can only use that over on singer.com for your purchase to save 10% on your purchase. Now, someone else asked, can you sew knits on the 6800, which is the heavy duty 6800C? And Amanda and I could probably both answer this. All three of us could answer this for you, but absolutely. You can sew knits on our Singer heavy duty line of machines. You don't need or have to use a serger to sew knits. There are some specific settings that you need to make sure you're using in the right, you know, needles and the right stitches to properly sew knits, because those garments stretch, those fabrics really stretch, and we want to make sure we're using a stretch stitch. So those are things that, you know, we can always talk about maybe in another live about how to sew knits on a sewing machine. But we're going to use the serger for this one.
And I was going to say, if you have more, like I'm going to be focusing on using the serger, but if you have more interest in knits and sewing, like the options, I actually have a video on Ditto's YouTube page about just sewing a t-shirt using a heavy duty machine. And I talk through some of the different ways you could sew those knits if you don't have a serger or if you're only using a machine and vice versa. So yeah, but I think a live would be really fun. We should do that.
All right. I think a lot of people ask that question because there's a lot of interest in sewing knits, but they may not be ready to like dive into a serger. And so, yeah, this is a great resource. Thank you for sharing that, Amanda. So we have another question. Can you do embroidery on the Quantum Stylus 9960? No, that machine does not do embroidery. It does a lot of other things though, and it's got a lot of features. It's a wonderful sewing machine, but it does not have the embroidery feature. Currently on singer.com, the only machine that we have that does embroidery is the Singer Legacy SE300. It does sewing and embroidery all in one. So you'll get a good introduction to this machine in my workshop. So be sure to check that out. All right. It sounds like we've kind of wrapped up some questions. Y'all had some great questions. We appreciate you taking some time out of your Friday to hang out with us. I hope you are just as excited as we are about our summer sewing workshop and learning something new this summer and get to sewing a lot of fun stuff. Thank you guys for joining us. Amanda, Meredith, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys have a fun summer. Keep sewing, and we'll see you over the next few weeks.
Bye.
Bye.